Hello, this is a video from Miss Pickle, Let's Make a Miracle. My name is Matthew Temple, and I don't know what my YouTube channel is called, but I guess if you have this link, you've got it. But I wanted to suggest an idea for maybe what we could focus on. I don't care if this ends up being the thing or not. It doesn't matter to me, but it's part of what I've been focusing on with this Mandela effect because, and forgive me, I have to move around a lot. I have a disorder that makes me move. I can't stay still. But, I've gone through phases with this where it's like, okay, there's the movie lines, and that's kind of interesting, and and there's the book titles, and the Berenstain Bears one is especially interesting, and then there's the car logos and the cereal boxes and the Oscar Mayer hot dogs, but it's like none of that really matters. And then there's the geography, and that is outside of the internet, as some of the cereal boxes are too, but that seems much more significant. The geography of the planet changing, having changed, or being on a planet with different geography or whatever it is. So that seems to me to be even more significant. And then you've got things like the Zapruder film. That's the real hook. When you see that, you're like, whoa, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, something is really going on here that's undeniable. And especially with the quote-unquote residual history of it, the Time magazine cover shows a two-seater limo, but inside shows a three-seater. And whatever. I mean, the fact that that the media is inconsistent with itself, and that the new theory of who killed JFK, which we don't need to get into, but which is so obvious after you watch the film, the new Zapruder film, or the existing new dimensional, second dimension, new planet Zapruder film a couple of times. It's obvious. This new theory of who did it presents itself so obviously, and that, I think, is what, for me, that really, getting a lot of breath here, that really hooked me, and the first week I was definitely spooked by this, but I've gotten less and less spooked. I think people either get spooked, they get interested, or a few people get really inspired and they get more and more inspired. And that's what I see you, Miss Pickle, doing. And that's why I like your videos so much, because that's what's happening to me, is I'm getting more and more inspired. So anyway, geography, more interesting than the car logos. The JFK thing, okay, that's a real hook. But what really gets me, and what to me, and what I'm proposing we focus on, just a proposal, like I said, do whatever, but it's the human anatomy part. That's the part that's most fascinating to me, because that's the part that's most personal to me. It's the thing that may most affect what I can do now that I'm in this new dimension, or on this new planet, or now that quantum particles from CERN have flowed into blah, 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 who knows, whatever. But the fact is, my heart is in a different place, and my brain is in a different shape, and I've been kind of praying, and I'm a kind of atheist, non-whatever, I can't even think of the word of what I am right now. It doesn't even matter, but I'm not praying to like a God with a white beard or anything like that, but when I pray, I find prayer. I came back to prayer as an atheist, and I like the word prayer. I'm not bothered by the word prayer, but it's not really about whether anyone's listening. For me, it's about the attitude that it puts me in. When I pray, it changes me, it changes my attitude, whether there's anyone listening or not. And so, to me, that's part of the kind of unerasable power of prayer that doesn't require any kind of particular God or spirituality to exist in order for it to have value. And one of my prayers recently is just let me live in this alien body, and maybe it would be expanded. Let me learn to live in this alien body in the best way, or, whatever it is, let me learn this alien body. And I don't mean alien in the most simplistic sense, but in the sense that I'm in a body that is unusual and foreign to me, and vice versa. You know, I'm in an alien self. I am an alien self now. I'm in a self. I mean, think about the implications of having a smaller prefrontal lobe, and now I don't know the name of this. I think it might be the hippocampus or something, but the part of the brain that's now larger, which facilitates communication between the left and right halves of the brain. You know, I mean, and I know there are other changes in there that are you can find on the internet, but think about those too. The fact that that possibly the way we're being smart and making smart decisions has less to do with this unibrow prefrontal lobe central model of intelligence and more to do with switching information back and forth between the different parts of the brain, which we typically consider to be, you know, one more logical and one more artistic. Well, I mean, that to me is fascinating that we might be, or that I might be in a brain that is more balanced now, or more that's taking advantage more of both halves of the brain in order to achieve its intelligence, as opposed to using this, more computer-like, perhaps, prefrontal lobe. Anyway, I'll finish this up quickly here, but one thing that I'm focusing on is how do I live in this alien body? And one thing I'm praying is teach me how to live in this alien body. Let me learn how to live in this alien body, because there may be things that I can do with this brain, which is alien to me. I mean, that fact of switching information back and forth between the left and right lobes of the brain, that could be profound, you know, in terms of what we're capable of now and here. And I'll just leave it at that.